guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident Podcast, a weekly chat about socially conscious topics impacting the culture. We are honored to introduce our co-host, Sambaza, host and creator of the Sambaza podcast, originating from the Republic of Kenya. He has established himself as a distinguished voice in the podcasting community, and he has been recognized for 3 nominations for Best African Diasporan Podcast by the APVA, along with a nomination for Best Blog by the Texas Creator Awards. Welcome, Sambaza.
Hey, Jen. Thank you so much. I am here today and ready for another show, another week, and everything's so wonderful. How about you? How's everything on your end?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Almost the end of the week, ready for the weekend.
Yes, that's what I'm
So,
talking about. Yeah. Well, I hope your week is great, and I hope you're going to have a great weekend coming up.
yes, you have some big travels coming up for you.
Yeah. I've got
You
some big
do.
coming up, and then, and can't wait for the Afros and Audio coming up next month around this time. We'll be linking up somewhere in the DMV and
Yes.
doing some fun. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Get to meet again.
Definitely. And so we have another great show for you guys, and safe travels to you as you get ready to prepare for some travel. Our topic today is a worth the hype, the human cost of AI. So many conversations going on around us in this space about AI, the benefits or the hindrance, the impact to the human element of content. And so as content creators, we definitely want to get in this conversation. So we will have fun with this conversation today. But before we go down that road, to formally introduce the topic, how about an affirmation?
Oh, okay. By the way, just to let you know, Jen, we are also on live, TikTok live, if it lasts that long, and also we are doing another show here on the what you call it, Clubhouse, under
Okay.
East African Excellence. And so anyone can join in there and listen to this if you're going to be online. And yeah, we're looking forward to hanging out with y'all. Now, the affirmation of the day, or we're going to go straight to the Proverbs, right?
Sure.
Uh, the proverb of, oh, actually, the affirmation of the day is going to be: my greatest luxuries are stillness, peace, and simplicity. So
Okay.
those are going to be my affirmation for the week. Now we're going to go for the proverb this week. Our proverb is going to come from Nigeria, Niger, land of the Afro beats, where you get Burner Boy, Wizkid, and all that. They have a lot of oil, but we're going to concentrate on the proverb. So the proverb of the day says, water may cover the footprint on the ground, but it does not cover the words of the mouth. That's an Igbo proverb. Jen, what do you think about that?
Yes.
You may repeat it again. It says, water may cover the footprint on the ground,
Hmm.
but it does not cover the words of the mouth.
Okay. Um, I don't know. You have to dig deeper on that one. Tell us more.
No. Well, to me, I'll say it's when you say water, when you step on something with a footprint, with your foot, water can cover it easily and it'll wipe it off. But uh, when you talk with words really have they really touch a lot. You can't just wipe them off easily. So what you say matters. So they carry a lot of weight rather
Okay.
than where you've been. So you see, where you've been can be scraped off, with water and anything else. You can erase those. But when you say words that are meaningful and purposeful, those really stand out more.
Okay.
What about
We
you?
receive that.
How do you decipher the proverb?
I have I have that one. That definitely is new, but I like that. I received that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for sharing the proverb and affirmation, as well as coordinating our additional platforms. If you're tapping in on the additional platforms, we appreciate you. You want to salute the chat?
Yeah, I want to thank Ed Campbell for yet another day for joining us and breaking bread with us in this particular podcast. And he says, "Peace, family," and we're happy to have you, Ed. And thank you so much for always being there for us. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. All you guys, we appreciate you for sure. So, the official introduction of the topic. So, today we're diving into the heart of the debate. Does our artificial intelligence help creators level up, or does it threaten to make creative work truly authentic? Together, we'll unpack the ways that AI can reshape creative jobs, spotlight its changing perks, and confront the potential risk, especially around voice, identity, culture, and authenticity. There's that word again that we always talk about.
Hmm.
So, yeah, what do you think? Oh, and also for fun, for super fun, I since we're in this conversation of AI and what it can do, I have a couple of examples of some pieces that I created using some AI sites that I think will be pretty fun.
Oh, it's
So
wonderful. You're going to throw them out there.
yeah, so you actually want to just get into that for fun and show you guys. Okay, so here goes one.
by Accident podcast, a platform dedicated to amplifying important stories and issues impacting African Americans and their communities.
No.
Another one.
So that's one.
Unique thrifting experience.
Oh, wait a
I'm
minute.
Jen,
Okay, there she goes.
your go to spot for a fun and unique thrifting experience. I'm Jen, also known as Jen Dub, and I absolutely love bringing you fashion finds that make you feel confident, stylish, and totally you. You can shop my curated closet across multiple platforms. Whether you're browsing Poshmark, eBay, or Depop, I've got treasures waiting just for you. And if you want to hang out live while I show off new pieces in real time, come catch my live streams on the Whatnot app.
Now, the first lady, she kind of had like an English accent.
Indian accent.
Washington, host and creator of Woke by Accident.
It was kind of like a British accent.
British Indian accent.
Yeah, and then I have a few pictures really quick. We'll throw those up to just to kind of show. I actually do use that on some of my profiles. Whoa. This is an AI girl. Okay. And then here's one. And then here's another one that sounds I actually use this one too. Yeah. That one
Hmm.
actually I feel like looks like me. So
It does look
yeah,
like you. Yeah,
what do you
it's
think?
actually great. Oh, it's awesome. Those are
Yeah.
awesome copies of AI or copies of you. Even though when some of us know who you are, and it's kind of different.
Well,
But
so yes.
it, I think I would say those are the digital you, the AI you. So there's going to be a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen some that were not as realistic as like the face or whatever, So like the images were from that I made here were from Remini, REMINI, and
Hmm.
then the videos were from a site called Hey Jen. So
Oh,
Hey
I'm
Jen, come get your girl Jen for a brand deal. No, no, but it's literally called HAYGEN. Hey Jen is a site we actually heard about in some of our podcast spaces, and you can, I have
so
one
the
more
thing about
credit.
the thing about me is that the ones that I created, and actually I did write a blog about that. Is
Mhm.
AI deceptive or not? And you want to check this on Java with Sambaza. If you type Java, JABANA, na Sambaza, you'll find it there. Um, It is talking about AI and how it came about, the historical part, and what we're
Mhm.
doing with it now, what it can do, and what it might do. Now, I did put an image. I did try to create an image using some of
Oh.
the yeah, I did, Jen, and it didn't work out right. And it's good that you have this podcast, which actually a blog is coming out at the end of this month, talking about this particular issue of how AI will matter, not with everyone, but with us. Because there's a problem with some of these AI models having to curate us. And you see, like the voice that you have two voices there that come up, the Indian voice and the other one, the British voice. But you don't have uh, an African American voice that we can utilize at this part. So there's that aspect where we're gonna I'm trying to compare
Mhm.
and contrast about it, and I try to make light of it. Yeah, that's part of my journey with AI.
So I
However,
feel like you probably could add your voice, and you might have to pay extra for that. But,
oh, speaking of,
I think you can alter the voices up and, like make it sound more youthful. Cause like the other one I used for the reselling, that was a more youthful voice. I think you did have a couple of choices, but obviously African American wasn't on the list. So yeah.
I think it's probably because it's a niche. It's a niche voice, so they want to attract and get you to buy.
Mm,
And I think, talking about the origins, the concept of artificial goes back centuries. Think of the myths of the Greek tale of Talos, giant bronze automation, or Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, 1818, which was an image created, which imagined life created by science. So I think that's where it all started a long time ago. Then we had the birth of AI in 1956, that's artificial intelligence, in the Dartmouth Conference, organized by John McCarthy, who coined the term artificial intelligence. Oh, this man must be paid right now if he's not, if he was bright then. So the early decades, 1950s to 1970s, we're looking at researchers creating the first programs that could play chess, solve logic problems, and even mathematical theorems.
mhm,
Um, but I think at that point you were still having it on the technology part. Remember on your phones where you move from the normal, because I'm communications, I'm a type of communications. So I remember back in the day when you had to call the switchboard. So when they moved the switchboard to automatically just having to type, when you told press A and then you'll get or star 69, you get a number, or press star 4,
mhm.
all those options. That was AI.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
So we go back to the 2000 and 2010s. Advances in computing power like big data and new algorithm rhythms, especially the machine learning and uh, deep learning, revived AI. Remember the way the computer used to be so big? You know, like it used to occupy like 4 or 5 rooms, and then they brought it down to where now you're looking at an iPad and having to compare and do all that.
Mhm, mhm,
that
mhm,
that was really interesting. So modern AI, the 2010s to the present, where we look at is more like voice assistants, recommendation engines, fraud detection, medical diagnostics, self-driving cars, which is great.
mhm,
I think Waymo is coming into Dallas, and then creative tools. I have a story about this the Google thing, how they manage it.
mhm,
So a generative AI, like the systems you're using right now, has made AI part of everyday life and content creation, research, and productivity. So AI is becoming part of our life. So if you look at some benefits, I think we can just go
mhm.
and over. They save time, like the editing. Grammarly has another one where you go to
Yes.
Grammarly, you put in your stuff, and it can process it in different ways, correct your mistakes
Yes.
one way. They also the Chat GPT. They're very very many. Some will also take out filler words, like we talk about, and say when you're editing the script. I think
Mhm.
that's one of those, the AI
Descript.
function. Yeah. So you can personalize them, and it gives you creative assistance, especially when you're writing. improve discovery. So when you were trying to look for stuff, you can go into more research than what we used to go get into research. Remember, we moved from libraries. In my blog, I talked about when we used to go to libraries, then you have Google. Now we can go to AI and ask the questions, get the questions, but still you kind of have to. There's still a problem in adaptation. Remember, Google at some point had a problem when we were trying to adapt it. Then professors used to have a problem with that. Now it's like, hey, you can still use it as
Right.
part of your research to get where you're going to. And now the problem has become AI. Google's not even being featured. You can go Google anything you want to and
Mm,
research from Google, and then now they tell you, okay, don't use AI. So I think next AI is the new frontier right now. And
absolutely.
I think it's worth the hype considering what you can
Yes.
do with it. So even though we haven't gotten the full potential, I think Jen, maybe we can talk about the drawbacks of AI. What have you found so far with the drawbacks of AI? Because I'm talking
Yes.
positive.
True. So we did some research, and these are some of the things that came up as drawbacks or concerns or challenges with using AI. So, the loss of human touch, over reliance on AI for writing or editing can strip away the personality, the nuance, and emotional connection that listeners value. Also, generic output. AI generated titles, descriptions, or scripts may sound polished but risk feeling bland or formatic formulatic. So, yeah, that's a human element, right? And then it also lists accuracy issues, transcriptions or translations can miss context, accents, cultural references,
Mm-hmm.
leading to errors. And even with the visual, like there's one, so those were videos that we looked at, but there's some like what animated type of, or even with the photos, I've made some photos using Bing image creator, for example, it may have five finger or no, six fingers instead of five fingers, or you may have like, just some. Have you seen that where there's some embellishments? I think intentionally that they stick in there.
I think I'd love to have them keep those embellishments because that's when it tells you like this is AI and not
Yeah.
trying to tell you, okay, you're moving off to something that's unreal, rather than
Mhm.
have you thinking that you're in another different form of reality.
Right.
That's not
So
good.
that's a concern when you use the photo images that you may have six fingers on there. Also biases and limitations, privacy concerns, over dependence, and this actually should have been higher up on the list. Job impact. A lot of people don't like AI because they feel like they're taking people's jobs. And we already seen like in supermarkets, automation where you don't have a cashier, you have to ring up your own stuff, and that's AI technology, right? And then even in the post office, there's some automated, which I actually appreciate when there's a long line at the post office with being a reseller and thrifter, that you can just whoop, 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 and, scan your packages and leave it there, even though sometimes, it's nothing like actually dealing with a person. But, yeah.
I think when you talk about people losing jobs, I think
Hmm.
it's where we should look at it. I know it it's gonna people are gonna lose jobs, but it recreates another ecosystem, right? So,
Right.
like for example, when AI is coming in, and then you have the self checkout. I have this one guy who said he'll never do a self checkout as long as there's a person there on the line.
Hmm.
He'll use the person on the line because
Yeah.
somebody will lose a job because of that. However, when we look at it in another perspective, right? We thought that jobs would be missing. The guys who got jobs, who used to do run the counters, right? When the
Right.
automated system came, then suddenly out of nowhere, COVID hit. COVID hits, then we start doing deliveries. Guess what? These guys who are doing at the counters were sent. They were sent to do the deliveries, to pack up and check in the items. So there has been a there has been a readjustment of the work schedules and the work titles.
Hmm.
So it makes you appreciate the fact that even though AI has come in and taken out some jobs, but it's created others. The thing with us human beings is we can always cope and always adjust. Thank you so much. Um, what is it? Great GET therapy. Empower, heal, empower, and release.
Oh, Denise.
And yeah, she's joined in right now, and she's sending us flowers. Thank you so much for the flowers. So,
Oh, absolutely. Thank
so
you.
I think we as much as yes, there's a job element that is going to be missing, but
Mm.
usually something else comes to fill up that void. What we haven't found out, or what we cannot know, is which void has been filled. So you gotta appreciate. There's some jobs that AI will never take, like cutting the lawn. Oh well, let's say,
Ah,
well, now they can bring a lawn that is automated and just run around and cut the grass. They can do that,
they do.
but still,
I
somebody.
have. You've seen those videos with the guy, and he. It's like an automated mower, almost like
Yeah,
the
you can.
Roomba.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we
That's
have a
pretty
Roomba, and they're like,
cool.
now it's normal to use one, and like, okay, it sticks in the house. But
Yeah.
there's some other jobs that really you can't take out, and still the same jobs that are being taken out, there's usually another form of job created. So just like when that switchboard, the ladies who used to sit on the switchboards connecting, when they
Yes.
moved them off, they found other jobs to do. So they have to have something that they will adapt to. It's just that we don't know what is being adapted to. And some of the systems are very powerful, Jen, by the way. If you ever look at it, they say some of these AI tools. I think
Mhm.
one time we were talking about it. They can actually talk back to you, and you can work something out. And then they also, it's some are so powerful that they can go onto their own tangent and start thinking about it.
Hmm.
The one thing that I'm always suspicious about is
Mhm.
they say that for mental health. And Denise, I don't know how you're going to chime on this one. Is that they're trying to get AI to diagnose somebody who has mental health issues, not diagnose, but
Mhm.
actually not treat, but kind of like give them a session with
Okay.
that. And that's kind of weird to me, but
It's
we'll see how it
possible.
goes.
I guess it's possible.
I mean, hey, you have self-driving cars right now. Waymo is going
Mhm.
out there, and look at it. It started off as an idea, but they usually go off of crazy ideas. But that's AI in motion, and look at where we are right now.
Definitely. And this will be a I don't know, a shorter conversation than normal. Before, so we talked about a few sites that utilizes AI that creators utilize. I mean, there's so many, but you talked about the script, for example, for editing and writing purposes.
Grammarly.
Grammarly, I actually use it at work. I actually run almost every time I write an email. And actually, I don't have my Grammarly will actually like catch you while your cursor's moving, but I like to just copy and paste it and throw it in Gemini. Just is there a better way to say this? You know what I mean? And I utilize that. Just making emails for work and things like that. We looked at the pictures and the video samples. That was Hey Jen, Heygen, which made those videos that I made, a little sample promo, one for the podcast, and one for the reselling business, which I thought was pretty funny. And I have one more credit. I was going to actually make another one. Since I got another credit before you have to pay. I don't want to say that our friend from About the Wallet had toyed around with those on an episode of his show, but I've heard people talking about Hey Jen, so I was excited to use that, and so I was like, let me use it. So you get like a couple of credits to play around with it before you have to pay. So
Oh,
anyway, there was a list of sites. We're just going to throw out some: Podcastle, Wondercraft, Monica AI, which I don't think I've heard of that one. Note GPT, Riverside, obviously, is a podcast platform. Soundtrap, 11 Labs, Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's just a
Well,
couple.
I've heard about this Adobe Enhanced Speech. They actually talked about this on our I just been for a Podfest
Mhm.
meetup today, and they talked about that Adobe Enhanced Speech. They say it's really great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so those are a few sites. Any sites that other than what we talked about are some good ones?
No, actually, these are the ones that I currently use. We use Canva too. Canva
Yeah,
works.
look, all
Um,
of the songs like even Canva, CapCut.
audiogram. Is it audiogram? Or is it what's that called? Not Descript. There's the other one. Headliner.
Oh, Headliner has they
Yes.
all have an AI component, so
Everything
like they're
now is
all
moving.
using.
Yeah. It's just like those days of having an app.
Hmm.
Now having an app is just like normal, but them days everyone is now looking to get an app. Now everyone is running to get an AI functionality and automate your system. So AI is here to stay. We just have to embrace it and find a way of having the podcasters to kind of embellish it and make it part of their podcasting. Now, I'm more for it being natural, but there's some instances where you do require some help, and if AI is helping you, fine. But just don't go too much and make your podcast sound weird, if I may say so.
Yeah, there's definitely a human element that you bring to it, but we definitely use it in creating, titles and posts and show notes, which we've learned these make your processes easier and people are making money, with AI. I
Mhm.
sent you a really good I want to say it was on Threads, prop site or I don't know thread that gives you really great prompts to use and you really can utilize that in your side hustles and your main business and really simplify your processes which will obviously make you more money if you can get things done more efficiently. So um I
Yeah,
think
especially,
that's the moral of the story. Yeah.
especially you and I, we're solo podcasters who don't have like a big team around us. So with whatever you have available, you try and make sure you maximize all the stuff you can and with all the help you can. So with that being said, I think yeah, for us indie podcasters who don't have a huge budget or who are starting up, yeah, you do need AI at some point to assist. If it makes your work easier, go ahead, do it.
For sure. All right. Any final thoughts?
Oh no, Jen. I've had a great time today. We've talked about the podcast on AI. I'm looking forward to my blog post. Watch out, Jabana Sambaza. That's what it's called. It's on Wix, and then we'll talk more about the AI functionalities, and maybe we can go to the chat. So to all those who showed up, we appreciate you on TikTok, and those who are showing up also on Clubhouse. Thank you so much. So with that being said, Jen, take us
All
home.
right. Well, we thank you guys for joining us, and we hope that you found today's conversation enlightening and inspiring. If you found the episode meaningful, consider sharing it with family and friends and colleagues. Our collective awareness and advocacy play a crucial role in creating positive change. Stay tuned for more engaging content, and we look forward to continuing these important conversations for everyone joining us. Again, we appreciate you and take care.
All right. Bye.